email from Archie, who says, I have an MA in bringing bad news.
Oh, dear.
I've written before on the subject of life as a projectionist.
Yes.
I bring you more bad news. Last Thursday was the last day for hundreds of projectionists who have taken redundancy. The worst part of the redundancies is who has been laid off. I am relatively new to the job, having worked in the box for just over 2 years. However, the people who are out are some of the men and women who were the very first projectionists. They have seen the job going from having heavy-weighted plates next to the projector to ensure you never left its side, all the way up to today and the grand launch of the TMS, the Theatre Management System. Yeah. The TMS, or Robojectionist, as I have badly named it.
Good for you, I'm going to use that.
Basically runs every show. It starts every film on time, every time, each week. This is the first step in a very short run, which will inevitably result in no one being in the box. The job now consists of turning on the digital projectors, restarting the computers, and then just making sure the overlord runs smooth. The contract sums the role up perfectly, with the job title now simply being technician. The cinema chain I work for, the second biggest in Britain, is already rife with rumours of more blanket cuts to follow at the end of the year. I want to thank Dr. K for his kind words over the past months and ask if he can give a hearty Firth-esque speech to send the guys and girls out who are now jobless. I hope the TMS overlord has a colossal meltdown, says Archie.
I mean, all I can say is it's the most depressing news. I think it's terrible. I think it's wrong. I think it's a mistake. And I think that we will all live to regret it.
Good. Well, that's not going to make them feel that much better, is it? But anyway, that's not what he wanted with his Firth-esque speech.
But no, you know... No. Well, here's the thing. If you're listening and you're one of those people, you're right, they are wrong. It's that simple.
Well, let's put in something else then.
OK, can I do Ironclad?
Why do you say it like that?
Well, because it's like Braveheart or This is Sparta. It's one of those films in which you have to say the title like that. Ironclad. 12:15, barons of England get King John to sign the Magna Carta. John does that, and then very quickly reneges on it, doesn't want to do that, decides that he's going to take back the country. Oh, here come the King John army, our band of rebels, hole up in Rochester Castle, and Paul Giamatti chews the scenery.
Excellent.
And do you want to hear some of Paul Giamatti? Okay, Paul Giamatti in a non-Oscar-nommed performance.
You betray all that's meant to be king. You betray God! I betray God! My crown was passed to me by my brother and my father before him. I was born to be a king. It is my birthright, given to me by God. You cry for the common man, and in the same breath, you curse the crown that protects him. You dare to question my reign and the lineage of kings who have reigned before me, the great Amaranthine royalty of Aquitaine, who forged this land from barbarian hordes and made it noble and pure, who gave it order, meaning, and even faith to thousands of years of loyal subjects, and it is all now questioned by you. And we are forced to sign your precious Magna Carta, forced by you, a wool merchant. I am the blood. I am God's right hand. And you will never dictate to me how I am to be a king.
Wasn't he President of the United States?
That's him just right, exactly. He went from that...
Excuse me, mate.
Put on a little bit of chainmail, went and stood around outside a boggy thing.
He changed his mind because he got rid of the British royalty when he was President of America.
I know, and now he's having him back. There's a moment in this in which they're in the castle, and the people who are besieging the castle... Kim Newman once said, siege movies, they're difficult because they're essentially a series of attacks interspersed with people starving. There's a moment in this when they're in the castle and they're being besieged, and then they go... Suddenly they see they're building some things, and we go, what are they building? What are they building outside? To which the answer has got to be a giant rabbit, right? Because there is a lot of Monty Python-like pestilence. There is also a quite extravagant amount of people cleaving and hitting one another with massive great swords. 15 certificate 4, strong bloody violence. Frequent battle scenes feature bloody injuries. People are killed with blows from swords and axes. The violence in Ironclad is bloody and strong, but does not dwell on the infliction of pain and injury. Well, except for that torture sequence, which is the Braveheart torture sequence, which is even as you are having a horrible pain and injury inflicted upon you, you are able to say, I will never surrender because I'm in No, not Braveheart, the other one. What is Sparta? No, the other one. Ironclad. Yes, Ironclad. Where's he from? He's American. No, he's being French now. Oh, look. So, It's that kind of movie. There is actually a scene in it in which one of the characters goes out into the castle and he does a lot of cleaving. He does cleaving. He's cleaving here, he's cleaving there, and then he runs back inside where a strumpet is waiting for him, and then there's more cleave, but in a different kind of way. And you go, yeah, all right, fine. The funny thing about it is ultimately quite boring.
What with all that?
With all the
and
cleaving and strumping. And Giamatti is unintentionally funny, and there are Monty Python-esque moments, which are, so it's not terrific, but there is a lot of axe play. And the only thing that you think is, when I was a kid, that's the kind of film that would have got outlawed. Now it's 15. Blimey, the world has changed.